First, sign into My CCRI with your CCRI ID and password. In My CCRI, click on the For Finance tab and select Finance Dashboard. On the new My Finance homepage, select My Requisitions. On this screen, you will be able to view all of your requisitions that are drafts, pending approval, or already completed. Instead of starting a new draft, you can also copy a previously completed requisition. To do this, go to My Requisitions and choose the requisition from the Completed Requisitions section. You can also use a requisition number to help search for a specific one. Once opened, click Copied Requisition in the upper right-hand corner. This will create a new requisition draft with the same information entered when the completed requisition was originally created. A notification will appear confirming your selection. Press Yes and you'll get a notification confirming that the requisition has been copied successfully. Remember to update all dates and information in the draft before submitting. To create a new requisition, select the Create Requisition button. The first tab is the Requester Information page. This requester field will auto-populate with your name. The transaction date automatically populates with the current date. To enter the delivery date, use the Calendar button to choose when to receive the item. The Requester Email field will auto-populate with your email. For Choose Accounting Type, Commodity Level Accounting should always be selected. Public Comment is the new name for document text. Use this field for quote numbers or any justifications. The Chart field will auto-generate with C Community College of Rhode Island. Please leave this as is. The Organization field will auto-populate with your assigned organization code. If not, enter the appropriate department organization code in this field. For the Ship To location, enter the code that the order will be delivered to. Remember, Ship To codes are your org code and the first number of the location code. Once entered, a yellow box will appear below with the full address. In the Attention To field, enter your first name, last name, and a room number for the delivery if needed. When finished, select Next at the bottom to move on to the Vendor Information section. The second tab is Vendor Information. A panel appears on the right side of the screen titled Requisition Summary. You'll notice the requisition number has been automatically assigned and can also be found in the upper left corner of the document. It is important to take note of this number for your records. In the Vendor field, begin typing the vendor's name or their banner ID number. Click on the appropriate option from the results that appear. Once selected, a yellow box with the vendor information will appear, along with a vendor email text field. In the vendor email text field, select the correct vendor email address. The currency field will only have US dollars. If you are using a new vendor, attach the W-9 to the requisition using the Attachments feature. When finished, select Next at the bottom of the screen. This third tab contains the descriptions of what is being purchased and the associated accounting information. You will see that the vendor information has been added to the right side of the panel. In the Add Item field, type the item description and press Enter. The following fields will now appear. Commodity description is where you enter the name or description of the item being purchased. In the drop-down menu, select the unit of measure that the product is sold by. Then enter the quantity of that item that you are purchasing. For the unit price, enter the individual cost of the item. public comment here on this tab means item text, so type anything that did not fit in the commodity description. Once you have verified that all information is correct, select the Add Accounting button at the bottom of the screen. Next, you will enter the information for this item's funding source. The Choose Chart field will autofill with C. Leave this as is. For fund, type in the correct fund number or use the drop-down menu for options. Organization will autofill with your organization code. You can change it if necessary. Type in the correct account code and program code. For location, choose the CCRI campus that this requisition pertains to. The distribution amount will auto-populate from the quantity and unit price entered on the previous screen. The distribution percent will default to 100, but you can edit this text field if you are including multiple focal strings. For example, type 50 in the box to the right to assign 50% of the costs of the purchase to the focal string. Then select Split Accounting to begin entering the additional focal string. If you need additional assistance, please contact purchasing. Once the commodity accounting section has been completed, click Save at the bottom of the screen. You can attach supporting documents by clicking Attachments on the right-hand side of a requisition. On this screen, you can upload attachments and see which documents have already been attached to the requisition. To start uploading, select Attach File. A box will appear where you can choose a file for upload and select the document type via the drop-down menu. For this example, a price quote is being uploaded, so you would choose Quote. Then press Upload when you are all set. Once you have successfully attached a document, a notification will appear in the upper right-hand corner. The attachment will also appear in the list below. You can repeat these steps to add more items to the requisition if you are purchasing multiple unique items. Please note that attachments can only be added to a draft requisition. If you need to add more attachments, recall the requisition and attach the additional documents in the requisition draft before submitting again. If all items have been accounted for and you have uploaded all relevant documents, press Submit Requisition to submit. At this point, you can also view a PDF version of the requisition, which will open in a new tab. Press Submit Requisition to submit. A notification will appear in the upper right-hand corner of the screen if you have successfully submitted. The requisition will now appear in Pending Requisitions as it goes through the approval queue process. You can check the approval queue by clicking the information icon next to the requisition status. If you need to make changes or add more attachments, click on the pending requisition under My Requisitions and select Recall My Requisition in the upper right-hand corner. A notification will appear confirming your selection. Press Yes and you'll get a notification confirming that the requisition has been recalled successfully. The requisition will now again appear in your draft requisitions, where you can make changes and resubmit. Please note that if the requisition needs to be edited or corrected and it was previously completed, you'll need to contact purchasing to ask that it be disapproved, which will then enable you to go back and make the necessary corrections. If you cannot recall the requisition and/or need to disapprove a requisition, go to Approve Documents on the My Finance home screen. Your user ID will auto-populate. Enter the requisition number in the document number text field. Press Submit and you will be brought to a new screen showing all matching documents. Press the Disapprove button on the right. You will not be able to press Approve unless you are next in the approval queue. A new box will appear where you can enter a reason for the disapproval in the comment text field. Lastly, press Disapprove to officially disapprove the requisition. A notification will appear in the upper right-hand corner confirming the document has been disapproved. The disapproval will be shown in the approval history of the requisition. You can view the approval history by going to View Document on the My Finance home screen. First, choose Requisition for the document type. Choose Document Number for the method of document search, and then enter the recorded requisition number in the last text field. Leaving this field blank will bring up all of your requisitions instead. Next, press Approvals and Related Documents to search. Selecting View Document will only bring up the requisition itself. Lastly, you will be brought to this screen where you can check attachments, approval history, and any approvals that are required.